I'm so supportive. I love myself. Just kidding.
Alright, Mackenzie, you have the floor.
Stop, don't take me, I beg you, please, I shouted as I woke up from a bad dream. I can feel the rapid pulse of my heartbeat and can feel the sweat dripping down my face. It was a nightmare, I heard the other prisoner say. I attempt to go back to sleep but realize this is not a dream. It is a reality, a nightmare. I lay there realizing how I am no longer human, but an animal who's beaten and worked to death. I am one of them. I am alone. My mother was taken to die with my 2-week-old precious baby sister, and my father who lives but is struggling to keep us both alive. My mind is reminiscing, and I can't focus. Everything to me seems like a puzzle that I can never solve. My name is Kate. I am 14 years old and was born a girl. About 2 years ago, my family and I were taken to Auschwitz in Germany to eventually be exterminated. To survive and not to be killed, I had to shave my long brown hair and portray myself as a boy. To this day, it is and remained a secret. I woke up the next day petrified to see the light because I met another day of work. I rise feeling weary and can barely move. I quickly change, hoping nobody sees, and step slowly outside. Line up in order, you filthy Jews, the SS officer yelled. I stand stiff, barely moving, when the little boy, merely 9 years old, gets shoved in, struck by a stick the officer was holding. He could barely stand. Mortified, I start praying I'm not next. Luckily, he skipped me, but not for long. As work starts, my blisters start bleeding and my swollen wrist locks, but I have to keep going. Shoveling the dry dirt was a routine that felt as if we were digging our own graves. I wonder how much longer this can go on. My father walks over. He is so lifeless, it is almost portraying like a zombie. He can barely talk anymore, but due to him going deaf last year. He says, Kate, I know it's hard being a young lady in this position, but you gotta keep going. That is when I noticed how loud he was talking and the officer overheard the convo. What is this I hear, a young lady? Ladies aren't allowed here. I exclaimed, no, not me, you must have misunderstood him. The officer then gave a look of unbelief. It was silent. Then the officer said, undress, that is the only way to prove you're a man. In my mind, I tell myself this is the end. He pushes me through the gates, and I am on my way to the death. The officer exclaimed to me to get fully undressed because it's time to go in the gas chamber. I look at my father, and he can barely look at me. I then start my journey, and all my memories start flashing before my eyes. The day my mother brought me home, the day my sister was born, and Hanukkah 3 years ago. Before I knew it, it was the end. I stepped into the murderous room and noticed a note. I crawled to get it, but it was too late, and I started gasping for air.